Hi, this is Allison Winsrich. I'm your holistic health coach, providing you tips on health and helping you live a healthier life. And today's topic is protein powder. So protein powders can be all the rage. A lot of people use them after workouts, before workouts, as a meal replacement, but there can be a lot of choices out there. And so I'm here to help you make a better choice. So what's wrong with some of the protein powders out on the market today? So some of them might have artificial sweeteners in them. They might have artificial flavors and colors, to make the protein powder look better, taste better, have a better texture. So, instead of just looking at the label or the marketing that might say no carbs or no sugar, that's usually a red flag that might tell you there's something that could be artificially in there that's bad for you. So instead of just looking at the carbs and content and things like that, look at the ingredient label. And you want to make sure that you don't see artificial sweeteners like sucralose, which is also Splenda, or there's another one called S-L-sulfame A, aspartame. All those things are artificial sweeteners. And those are linked to causing poor gut health, which can in turn make us overall not in better health, right? So we want to make sure it has either a natural sweetener or maybe a little bit of regular sugar if you're okay with that. So stevia usually is good. Sometimes you might see coconut palm sugar. Just make sure there's not a lot of sugar in there because you don't want to be eating a lot of sugar during the day anyway. And if it's whey based, just make sure it's a quality whey. So a lot of whey, which obviously comes from cow, most people can actually tolerate whey because it's not doesn't have as much lactose in it as milk or things like that. But make sure it's a quality whey. And what I mean by that is you can actually find whey protein that is free from a growth hormone that is given to a lot of cows to produce more milk. So you might see something like RBGH free or growth hormone free. So look for something that says that on there, or that it's from like quality grass-fed cows, because a lot of times they are not given corn as feed, and a lot of times they're raised humanely and not given antibiotics to make them grow faster. Because if you're eating whey from cows that are given antibiotics and growth hormones, guess what? You're ingesting that as well, and that's also causing poor health overall. So make sure it's a quality whey source. If you don't do whey and you're doing a plant-based, just make sure it comes from different ancient grains, and make sure it's something that you can tolerate. One thing that could be helpful is to have a prebiotic in your protein powder, which is a prebiotic. Feeds your good probiotics in your gut for good gut health. Also look for quality vitamins. Especially if you're going to use it as a meal replacer, make sure it has several different nutrients in there. So if you're looking at the vitamin content, make sure you see something like methylated folate or methylfolate, methylated B12, because a lot of synthetic vitamins like folic acid is synthetic. A lot of people are not able to tolerate those as well. So make sure it's in a more highly absorbable form of a vitamin. And then also make sure there's no artificial colors. We know food dyes can cause problems in children just as us. We want to make sure we're eating as much whole food as possible and really avoid a lot of artificial or processed type foods. So just look at the ingredients, and if there's a lot of ingredients that you cannot pronounce or you don't know what they are, either look them up or maybe move on to the next one. So the one that I use has prebiotics, it has digestive enzymes in there, it has the RBGH free whey, so it's quality whey protein, it's non-GMO. So if a protein powder is soy based, a lot of soy is GMO, so I would stay away from soy as your source of protein. So make sure it's non-GMO, and of course, if you're following a special diet, gluten-free, and if you are dairy-free and you don't tolerate whey, then look for the plant-based kind. So the kind that I buy also has plant-based and the RBGH-free whey. So just make sure you're getting a quality protein powder, because we want to, if you're if you're taking care of yourself and exercising and eating healthy, but then eating a poor quality protein powder, that could be detrimental to your health. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. And thank you for tuning in.